good audience. They just sit there and don't care.
Alright, anyway. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank you all for coming out. My name is Jonathan Price. Today I'm going to be giving you a speech, persuasive, trying to persuade you to not drink and drive. Just give you a little information why you shouldn't. I want to start off with like a personal story of mine. It's pretty recent, just a few months ago. I had a friend. He had just graduated college. He was out with some friends. They were leaving like a club. They were partying. You know, just graduated college, a lot of fun, whatever. They'd all been drinking. All of them been drinking. I guess they kind of chose like the least impaired of the group, and ended up they ended up getting in a wreck. The driver lost control of the vehicle and went off the road and hit a pole. One of the passengers, well, what had happened was that both the passengers were killed. The driver actually, he lived through the wreck, and one of the passengers was actually ejected from the vehicle and killed instantly. But basically, the point I'm trying to make, this stuff happens all the time. Most everyone's probably been affected one way or another by drunk driving. Maybe not directly, but probably know a friend or have a friend or know someone in your family that's probably been affected by it, maybe even killed by it. Statistically, on average, there's about 11,000 people a year that get killed as a direct relation. Maybe not being the drunk driver or being in the car with the drunk driver, but drunk drivers, you know, they hit other things, they hit other cars, they hit pedestrians. So a total of around 11,000 people a year are killed by this. You see, there's like the city itself, they try their best, especially out here. You probably all see it if you're driving around at 1 or 2 in the morning. You're going to see, probably every mile or so, you're going to see a cop having someone pulled over. Most likely that person's been pulled over because they're drunk driving, and happens pretty often out here. I just want to hit on a few of the reasons why people drink and drive. Because you got to kind of like identify why people do it before you can kind of stop it, really. Probably the biggest reason people drink and drive is because if you're drinking to begin with, your judgment's impaired. You're not thinking straight. You can't make good choices when you're drunk. So a lot of people, they probably think, you know, it's like, hey, I'm good. I can drive. My house just like a mile or 2 down the road. Just gonna get there, go to sleep. You know, won't be any problems. But the driver, you know, impaired driver, they can't, you know, loss of motor skills. They can't really make those quick decisions you need to make sometimes when you're driving. End up, you know, wrecking. So impaired driving, impaired thinking, you know, that also affects everything else too. That affects all your decisions for the whole time. Another big reason is people are ignorant of their own body's ability to deal with alcohol. A lot of inexperienced drinkers, especially, they'll start drinking. They'll see their friends drinking. They've probably been drinking for a lot longer than they have, and they'll think, you know, hey, my friend's doing that. I can probably drink that much and be okay too. So they'll start drinking. They'll probably think they're okay to drive. They'll get out. The party will be over. They'll leave. They'll go drive. Won't be as good as they thought it was. Especially like your first time drinking or something, or your first time getting drunk. Another big reason is gonna be like peer pressure. A lot of people, it'll be like you're out drinking. You'll know you're done drinking. You'll know you can't drink anymore. You know you need to leave. You gotta go because anymore you'll get drunk and you'll be above that legal limit. But you know, on your way out, someone will notice you're leaving. They'll be like, hey, don't leave yet. You know, have this one more beer with me. Take another shot. And you know, it's just kind of, your judgment's already impaired, so you're probably going to go ahead and take that extra, just go ahead and drink that extra drink so you think you're going to be okay. And those are some of the main reasons people drink and drive. Some reasons that people, or some things that prevent this, one really good one is to always have a designated driver. Have someone to go out with you that you know is not going to drink. Find someone that doesn't drink, period. Get them to go out with you. Make sure it's known that they're the drunk driver, or they're the designated driver. Sorry, DD drunk driver. Anyways, yeah, that's always a good one. Okay, funny. Anyways, you always want to have someone like that. If you can't find a designated driver, then it's a good idea to go ahead and take a taxi out to like the bar you're going to, the club, or someone's house you're going to. Just go ahead and take a taxi, and just make sure you got enough money to take that taxi back. Make sure you have the number on your phone. You might not be able to find it too easy. Write it on your arm or something if you're drunk. And another thing, like if you're already at a friend's house getting drunk, they're probably gonna be okay with you staying the night there. So you just tell them, it's like, hey, I'm drunk, I can't drive, it's a bad idea. If they're a good friend, they're probably gonna go ahead and let you stay at their house and sleep it off, maybe in their front yard on a trampoline. And I'd just like to conclude with, out of those 11,000 people that die a year, around 200 of those, doesn't seem like a big number, but 200 of those people are, between 0 and 14. And these people, they're not the ones drinking and driving, of course. It's either their parents are driving them around being irresponsible or drunk driving with their kids in the car, or they're with a friend or an older brother or sister leaving from a party or something, and they're driving them, and these kids get killed all the time because drunk driving. And last thing I really want to leave you with is, don't be part of the statistics. Don't be like that person that goes out, thinks they can drink and drive and be okay, because more than likely, one day eventually you may be involved in a drunk driving accident. And I'd like to thank all of you for taking your time to come out here and listen to my speech. You don't have to clap.